Hello, we're looking at lesson 4-4. We're going to look at a couple of different problems. Let's look at 9 first, and it says, see example 1. So we have y equals x minus 3, and it says graph each function rule. So I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use this free graphing calculator at www.desmos.com. I'm going to put y equals x minus 3. Okay? And so another way to graph this is to actually plot points. Let me put this down here. And if I plot points, I always start at the intercept, which is -3. So here's -3. And my slope would be 1 over 1 because the slope here is 1. So I'm going to rise 1, go up 1. Here's 1 point. Rise 1, go up 1. Here's the second point. Rise 1, go up 1. Here's the third point. And I can connect the dots and I will get the exact same line. Alright, let's take a look at 17. It's the same thing. What do you think the intercept is for this one? It's 9. So my graph will start at 9. So let's put a plot at 0, 9. There's my first plot. And I have a slope of -2. So it's going to go down 2 over 1. So let's do that. Let's go down 1, 2 over 1. So here. And so that is at 1, 7. So let's do that. Okay. My second point, I'm going to go down to 1, 2 over 1, and so that is at 2, 5. Then I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use my graphing calculator at just to verify what I have, because all I would do now is just draw the line straight, connect my points, and so I have y equals 9 minus 2x. And there I have it. Let's take a look at 21. It says, graph each function rule. Explain your choice of intervals on the axis of the graph. Tell whether the graph is continuous or discrete. So it says, beverages. The height h in inches of juice in a 20-ounce bottle depends on the amount of juice j in ounces that you drink. This situation is represented by the function rule. H equals 0.3j. Well, I believe that this function is continuous. Let me go ahead and start there, because my height can be any height. I can have a height of 1 inch. I can have 1.5 inch. I can have 1.1 inch. I can have 1.0001 inch. I can have any height, so that means that it's continuous. I know that I can't have a negative height though. So looking at my graph, let me go to my graph here. So looking at my graph here, I know that my height can't be negative. So I won't be going down this way. Oh, sorry. Let me look back at it. Yeah, height is my y. So if this is my y-axis, nothing down here. So it'll start here and go up. So let's put it there. So that is all that I have for that part. As far as my x-axis, the highest that it can go is 20. So here's my line here. So let me put a little barrier there. So that's where I would stop. And my other barrier will be y equals 0. Okay? So now let's actually graph it. And I'm going to graph it in terms of y and x instead of h and j. So it'll be y equals 6 minus 0.3x. Okay, here it is there. So it's down here. And so here are the and so remember, here's a a border here, there's a border here, and there's a border here. So I can't go any further than this 20 as my height, and sorry, as the amount of juice in the bottle, and this is the inches. Let's see, height is in inches, and so the maximum height would be, what is that, 6. And we can see that also here because that's our intercept. So my maximum height is 6 inches. And that's it for that one. Let's look at one more. Let's look at 25. It says graph the function rule. I'm going to go back to my free graphing calculator. And I'm going to set it. And I'm going to graph for you first the parent function, or what all these functions come from. And that is absolute value of x. So this is what the absolute value of x looks like. So all absolute value of x looks like this V shape. Now I can manipulate it. I can either make it smaller, I can make it fatter, I can move it up, I can move it down, I can move it left, I can move it right, I can flip it upside down. And so for this one, the only thing that I've done is that I've added 2, so that means I moved it up 2. So it's going to be this exact same thing, except for this point, it's going to move up here. So let's write that. And there you have it. And I hope that this helps.